I truly hope I'm the last person who needs to tell you this. If you get offended easily, if you feel like people around you have to walk on eggshells, if almost any word can hurt you deeply, this is for you. And if you've heard things like, "You're too sensitive, you take everything personally, there's no way to talk to you," and that only made you feel even more wounded, then you need to hear what I'm about to say. Because what you're feeling has a name, and it has a solution. Let me name what may be happening inside you right now. Exhaustion. The exhaustion of constantly being on guard, constantly feeling hurt, constantly having to explain why everything affects you so deeply. Frustration, because it feels like no one truly understands you, like people are insensitive, like you're the only one who really cares. Guilt, because deep down, you know you might be reacting more intensely than the situation calls for, but you don't know how to stop. And loneliness, because when everything turns into conflict, people slowly pull away. Not because they don't love you, but because they're tired of trying and always feeling like they get it wrong. If you're feeling this, pause, breathe. You are not a bad person. You are not dramatic. You are not difficult. You are emotionally wounded, and that makes all the difference. Emotional wounds are not weakness. They are real, they are deep. And they completely shape how you interpret the world around you. Not everything that bothers you needs to be said. Not everything that hurts needs to be expressed immediately. That doesn't make you less authentic or fun. It just makes you emotionally exhausted, and exhausts the people around you too. And before you think, "So what? I should repress everything. Swallow it all." No, this isn't about repression. It's about emotional discernment. Discernment is knowing how to ask, was this truly an offense? Or was an old wound activated? Did this person intend to hurt me? Or am I seeing this through the lens of past pain? Because when you're hurt by almost everything, it doesn't mean you're sensitive. It means you're wounded. Wounded people respond to the present through the pain of the past. When you're hurt inside, a delayed reply feels like rejection. Someone doing things differently feels like disrespect. Anything slightly out of your control turns into stress. And without realizing it, others are forced to live on your timeline, your pace, your emotional rhythm. But is that fair? Is it fair to expect people around you to walk through the minefield of wounds you haven't healed yet? Psychology explains this very clearly. When emotions aren't processed, when emotional wounds aren't tended to, we begin to project. Old pain gets transferred onto new situations. Everything becomes a trigger. This is called emotional transference. Today's delayed message activates yesterday's abandonment. Today's constructive feedback reactivates an old humiliation. And you don't even realize it's happening. The pain feels real, and it is, but the source isn't where you think it is. Emotionally wounded people start seeing problems where there aren't any. And slowly, every relationship becomes heavy, draining, exhausting. People begin censoring themselves around you. They measure their words, they avoid certain topics. They stop sharing things because you might get upset. And the more this happens, the more excluded you feel, without realizing that the relationship has become emotionally exhausting for everyone involved. Yes, communication matters, dialogue matters. But the problem begins when we outsource emotional responsibility. When everything becomes someone else's fault. When others must constantly walk on eggshells, not because they're abusive, but because we haven't healed our own wounds. Many conflicts would never happen if people learn to care for their emotional health before reacting. No one else is responsible for your unhealed pain. Before trying to fix things with someone else, you need to face yourself. That's not selfish, that's responsibility. Because unhealed emotions don't stay contained. They spill into every relationship. They show up as insecurity, as projection, as disproportionate reactions, as distorted interpretations. When the same emotional reaction keeps repeating in different situations, the cause isn't the present moment. It's accumulation, unprocessed frustration, unresolved hurt. Think of it like this. Every day, you use a plate and put it in the sink without washing it. Then another, then another. Eventually, the sink overflows. And when it does, it's not the last plate's fault. When you don't clean your inner emotional mess, you start dumping it onto others. Not because you want to, but because no one taught you how to process emotions differently, so you learn to react, not to respond. But here's the most important part. This mess can be cleaned. Caring for your emotional health doesn't mean staying silent. It means learning to respond instead of react. It means understanding what belongs to the present and what belongs to an old wound. It means pausing before speaking, looking inward before accusing, and taking responsibility for your emotions. That is emotional maturity, not self-erasure. Not accepting everything, but stopping the habit of using others as containers for your pain. Let me show you how to start practically. Step 1. Recognize the pattern. Notice when your reaction is bigger than the situation. Ask yourself, does this intensity match what just happened, or is something old being activated? That question alone creates space, and in that space, choice becomes possible. Step 2. Identify the original wound. Pause, breathe, ask, when did I first feel this way? What does this remind me of? Who made me feel like this before? When you identify the original wound, it loses power over the present. Step 3. Separate past from present. This is old pain. This moment is different. This person is not the same. This is called emotional decoupling. Step 4. Communicate from awareness, not from the wound. Instead of, you never give me attention, try, I notice that when responses are delayed, I feel insecure. I know this is more about me than you, but I wanted to talk about it. See the difference. One accuses, the other takes responsibility. You have the right to feel hurt. You have the right to be wounded, but you don't have the right to make others pay for wounds they didn't create. That's not cruelty, that's honesty. And it's what allows real, healthy relationships to exist. When you heal, communication becomes lighter, relationships become safer. Life feels less like a battlefield and more like a place of connection. You stop seeing threats everywhere, you stop misinterpreting every word. Trust becomes possible because you're no longer projecting your fears. And here's the most beautiful part: when you heal, the people around you breathe easier too. They can finally be themselves without fearing they'll hurt you unintentionally. This doesn't make you cold, it makes you regulated. You feel deeply without losing yourself. You express without attacking. You set boundaries without projecting. If this video resonated with you, maybe it's time to look inward with more compassion before demanding so much from the outside world. This isn't about blame, it's about responsibility. You deserve light, healthy relationships, and healthy relationships begin when you heal. You don't have to do this alone. Therapy, self-awareness, emotional tools, these aren't weakness, they're courage. If this spoke directly to you, comment below. I choose to take care of myself first. And remember, emotional intelligence isn't saying everything you feel. It's understanding why you feel it and choosing how to respond. You are far more capable than you realize.